Now the team we're playing against on this is the Crusaders from Kent. So they are historically a really outstanding team. See what happens when you run the ball just with one hand? Okay. Is that your dad, Chad? All right, so let's stop. Oh, look at all you fine young men. How are we doing?
Good.
Okay, so I was actually hoping more people show up tonight. I actually asked Coach Heyman to put out a text, a chat on Team Snap, but I think it hasn't gotten to me. I was hoping really to see Alex, because Alex has some experience with what we're trying to teach. Okay, so at the end of a game, how do we know which team has won? Not a trick question.
Whoever scored more points.
Yeah, whoever has the most points. So in rugby, everything that we do is to promote getting points. Our different principles of the attack: have possession of the ball, go forward, ensure continuity, provide support. All those are to move the ball downward so that we can score, make points. Even our principles of defense are such that they try to regain possession of the ball, ensure that they don't score, and for us to regain possession of the ball so that we can score. Rugby is a game that requires a lot of playing under endurance, getting tired. Your brain doesn't really want to work. When both of you are well-experienced rugby players, you know how it is about the second quarter. I'm sorry. The second part of the second half, how your brain is just like dead. You really can't figure out what to do. You're sort of acting on instinct. One of the ways that we promote that or try to make things a little more predictable for us is something called patterns of play. Now, we talked about that a little bit already. Parker, do you remember what patterns of play are?
I don't know how to explain it very well.
Repeat back to me what I said it was for you.
I can't remember. It was basically going through from what you're supposed to do in scenarios.
You're going right. I mean, you're going right down the right track. Can you help him a little there, Josh?
What was the question?
Yeah. What is a pattern of play?
A pattern of play. It's like I don't know really, honestly.
Okay. Pattern of play. You're both football players. What does almost every team in the world do when it is 4th and 1?
Go for it.
I'm sorry?
Run it down the middle.
But they go for it. And often they'll run it down the middle. What does almost every team do when it's 4th and 12?
Punt.
Punt. Those are patterns of play, or that is a pattern of play. Basically, a pattern of play is what you do based on where you are on the field and what the situation is. So we would look at, what do we do if we're at the line out at midfield? What do we do if we have a penalty on our 22? What do we do if we have a scrum on their 5? And remember, this is youth rugby, so you can't push the ball over. What do we do if we have a line out on our 22? Oftentimes, it is better to have some set patterns of play already in place so that if you're in that location, you can immediately follow into it. Have either of you ever been a hooker or threw the ball in on a line out?
I have.
Isn't it hard to throw the ball in a line out in the best of times, but when you're sweaty, your heart is pumping, perhaps your team is losing, everyone else is tired, they're not listening, the referee's a grump.
Yeah.
Isn't it hard to throw the ball in at that phase?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the coach is looking at you saying, okay, make sure you call the right play or so I don't yell at you. You got all kinds of pressure on you, don't you? So it's always best, and this is what I tell the hookers when they get it, have a little dance. Have something that you use to prepare you to pass. And for some people, they sit there, they put the ball at their feet, maybe they tap their hands or take a deep breath, but they have this pattern of they have something that enables them so they don't have to think about what they're doing and helps reduce the stress. Patterns of play do that for the entire team so that we don't have to try to think about what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to try something new tonight. You see behind me, I actually have our infamous whiteboard with the smileys up. See it?
Yeah.
Okay, I am hoping that I have it aligned on my camera, but I hope it sort of aligns when you come out. Is the game still playing? Let me check something real quick. Yeah. That's why I can't hear you very well because we still have the game going on. All right, give me a second. I told Coach Heyman when I did this. All right, can we see it, or is there too much reflection from the sunlight?
Yeah, we can sort of see it. Yeah, it works.
I really can't hear you.
We'll be
We
able
can
to
see
work. Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So I'm going to try to position myself in such a way that my very large bottom does not get in your view. Okay, quick review of the field. All right, so what is this line right here?
The 50 or the.
Can't hear you.
It's
Midfield.
the 50.
Midfield, very good. And what's this line? The solid
10.
line, halfway between the goal line and midfield. So what would that line be?
Oh, it's
The 22.
Starts with the 2.
Yeah, 22.
That's 22, okay? All right. Those are the easy lines. What would this line right here be? Just take a guess.
5 meter.
Sorry?
5 meter line
5 meters. Then what? 5 meter to where?
to the try zone.
Dry zone. Then what is this line here?
5 meter to the touch line.
For the line out. Okay. So that's our field, and we need to know actually how our field is set up so that we can, in fact, develop our patterns of play based on where we want to be and what we need to be. Also remember, guys, that everything I'm talking about is going to be in your team handbook. Okay? Remember that bad boy? Okay. So, pretty much, we're all, okay, this is our side because this is the side I'm standing on. So I'll put yellow smiley here just because that's our side. Okay. Should I move this to closer to the camera? Or are we good?
It's good.
Okay, so this is our field. Over here, they're about to score on us. Over here, we're about to score on them. Now, do we do the same sort of plays over here? Same sort of line out, scrums, or penalties here that we would do over here?
No,
No, why?
because if you're closer to your try line, you want to bring the ball away from your try line,
Okay.
not
Yeah.
losing it. And at least right there. And if you're trying to score on their try line, you want to be basically trying to play the fast game and punch it in and try and find an opening.
Okay. You want to add to that, Parker?
No, he pretty much covered it.
Okay. So, purple guy. He is over here. What is he generally doing? This is purple guy's try zone right here. What is he generally doing here? He's not attacking. What is he doing?
Defending.
He's defending. And if he's over here, what is he doing?
Attacking.
He's attacking. And what is he doing here?
Attacking.
Okay. Old school, we say this is a transition. So let's go back to what our book calls us. We divide the field up into 3 zones. Okay. Oh, this isn't going to work. All right, so from the goal line here to this 22, what do we call that zone? It's a color.
Red zone.
Red zone. All right. Put a little R. Red there. Okay. We call this the green zone. How far does it go to?
22 to 22.
22 to 22. Very good. I am right-handed, so yeah, that's just ugly. Okay. So if I'm at the 22, then from the 22 to the goal line, what do we call that?
The gold zone.
Sorry?
The gold zone.
Gold zone. Okay. Now, we have each of these zones. We have each of these zones, and we have a primary duty in each zone. So in the red zone, what is our primary duty?
To get the ball out of it.
Okay, it begins with a D.
Defense.
Okay, so this is the where we defend. Okay, on the gold zone, what do we do?
Attack.
Attack. Yeah. Okay. That just looks horrible, doesn't it? Okay, so what do we call the green zone? What was the old school term I used?
Transition.
Transition zone. Okay. All right, so what we know is that everything we do in this area is to prevent them from scoring. Regain the initiative and get the ball going down this way so we're in the attack zone. So it means that we will will we do a lot of rucking down here?
Probably.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. Rucking tends to be a what type of skill? Okay. I'm going into the ball, and if I'm rucking, boom, 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 I'm pushing, I am pushing. Versus if I go into a maul and I establish a stable platform. In the defensive area, which would be a better, a ruck or a maul?
Maybe a ruck.
I'm sorry?
A maul.
A maul. Why? Okay.
Because
I'm on the sideline. I'm running right here. Or no. My dad's on the sideline, right over here. Doesn't know much about rugby, but he does know when the ball's down here, there's something I should do. So I'm bouncing the ball around here. I'm picking up the ball. What does everybody on the field start yelling to me? Kick it! Kick it! Kick it! And why do we want to kick it from back here?
To get it out of that area.
Yeah, we want the ball down here. We want it out of the red zone. Okay? So if we're going to do that in panic play, let's also think about perhaps doing it from a more stable platform. A ruck is an attacking maneuver. Our purpose on a ruck is to continue moving downfield, correct? But
Yes.
is that a very stable way to get the ball? Is that a very stable place for me to be able to set the ball up and get it back out to Blueface here, who wants to kick the ball? We really want to do that with a ruck?
No.
I suggest not. However, I get here, I have a little bind, a little strip, nice little wall right here. Blueface is right here. He has the time to position himself, catch his breath, do whatever he needs to go for a perfectly great kick. So in the red zone, we would tend to want to maul so that we have a stable platform to get the kick out. We've all tried, well, no, I'm a prop, so I will never admit to kicking. However, both of you are loose forward, so yep. We've all been under pressure to kick the ball and have happened where it was not a very good kick, right? Shake your head, both of you. Josh, come on. Shake your head. Yeah, we've all messed up kicks under pressure. So it's better to have a stable platform where we're not quite under pressure. We keep pounding the ball downward. We keep following here, and we may or may not be able to get the ball out cleanly. Having said that, though, I'm right here. Do I want to maul the ball there?
No.
No. What do I want to do?
You'd rather ruck.
Oh, ruck it. Boom, boom. Okay. And what's our term for our attack mode when we're in loose play? Punch.
Punch, pass.
Punch. Now that I've drawn the defenders in, let's use purple face here. There's a back right there. Punch, 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 and boom, get it out. But we are attacking. In the gold zone, we're doing what we can. Every time we're in the gold zone, we should make it our goal to score. Penalty kick, drop kick, try, whatever. But whenever we're in here, we want to, our goal is to score every time. When we're in the red zone, our goal is to what?
Defend.
Yeah,
Get it out of there.
Scoring. And then this transition zone, this is where we start looking at what works best for our team. Now, when you were watching that video, you saw that we actually were very good at an attacking ruck. So in the green zone, we may say attacking ruck unless we're over here. And it'll be called boom, 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 so we can continue the attack. But say we're a team that's a little more, that has to be a little more cautious because we just don't have that capability. We may do more mauls here. And then when we start talking kicking, what is our capabilities for kicking? We once had a guy on our team that scored 100 points in one season. All the kicks were, all the points are kicks. That guy was amazing. He could kick from almost anywhere in the field and make it. All right, so that's our field. So let's start talking about specifics here. You know, I can use this as a ball. All right, there's our ball. All right, so yellow has the ball. Okay, and purple, that's us. All right. So, yellow kicks the ball. Ka-thunk. And it's going, and it's going, and it's going, and it's going, and it's going. And it has here. We now have a line out within our own 10 meter. Okay. What should we do? Especially think of strengths of our team. We tend to be a faster, smaller, and we hope better skilled team. So what should we do if we're down here at the 10 meter? And they're right there. They're close enough to score it. It's our line out. What are a couple things that, or what's the first thing that we want to do from this position? Because we are here.
Kick.
Kick it. Okay, so we have a line out. We want to get the ball back to him. Okay. Now, we're right here, should we use a full line out or four-man line out?
Four-man.
Four-man, okay. I like that. That sounds good. Why is a four-man line out better than a full line out?
So you have more to chase the kick and more opportunity.
Okay, well, you're right on many respects. Okay, we go with the four-man line out. Okay, so we have a full line out right here. Okay. This gets even more important the closer we get to our line out or our try zone. Okay? First, we throw the ball to the second pod. What is there a great potential for the bad guys to do? The ball's in the air, what can they do?
Steal it.
They can steal it. So if we go to just the first pod, four-man line out, just go to the first pod, what is the likelihood of them stealing it? Not as high, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now, so where did these extra three guys here go?
They probably go somewhere. Oh yeah, probably right there.
Yeah, they go, and we're talking within 10 meters, so they have to go back 10 meters. So they're on the try zone. Okay? Now say the line out is on the 7th. Say the line out's on like 7 meters. Where is this pod still?
The
It's on the
same.
Yeah, same place on the goal line. But how far is it from the line out?
That's like 5 meters or
Yeah.
3.
But the bad guys, where's theirs? Remember, they have to match us. So they have their 3 guys over here. Where are those 3 guys? Are they 5, 7 meters?
No, they're at 10.
Full 10 meters back. So the full 10 meters back, we have that advantage. We are closer. That's always a good thing. So when a pattern of play for us would be, if we have a line out within our 10 meter, we will have a four-man pod. I'm sorry, a four-man line out with bringing the ball down. Why do we not want to tap it?
You can lose control.
Lose control. So when our line out, we bring it on down, set it. Hooker comes in, does a strip. Stable platform. When the ball is ready, it can either go to the scrum half or there's nothing that says it can't go directly out to the fly half or whoever's kicking the ball. Nice, stable platform. Okay, now say Blueface kick the ball all the way down here. Ka-thunk. All right, Blueface. That's perfect. What should we do at that line out?
Maul. Do a rolling maul.
I'm sorry?
Do a rolling maul.
Okay. Before we even do a rolling maul, what type of line? So we have a short or full?
Full.
Why?
Because you have more men to drive.
Okay. Okay. But, and this comes the question, as you say, we can go for a full man lineup because we have more people to drive. But the people that are going to help with the drive, where are they coming from? They're coming from the sides, right? So what they have to do is they have to come and run around and still come in from behind to be able to do anything. Would it not be better that if you had the pod there who can be running forward to provide support? Okay. However we want to do it, we will almost never want to throw the second pod though, would we?
No,
Why?
because
Well, you're right. The same reason we didn't want to have a second pod down here. We can lose control of the ball. Okay. So, boom. Caught the ball. All right. We're there. And so what do you think we should do now? You had an idea there already, Parker.
rolling maul.
Yeah, rolling maul. We can go up, boom, hit, rolling maul. We don't teach that as much as we like to, but Coach Otterbeck and I, we were actually very skilled doing a rolling maul. We can go almost all the way down the field, just the two of us rolling maul. That was when both of us were fit enough that we could actually run down the field. Rolling maul is a good thing. The problem with the rolling maul, though, is it's hard for blue is now number 9. It's hard for the blue guy, unless he's playing tight, is very tightly controlling this, for him to be able to get the ball cleanly. All right? Or we now have the maul. He gets stopped. Rolling maul. He gets stopped. What should he do?
Set up attack line.
Sorry?
Set up an attack line.
Well, no, he's been stopped right here. I would suggest he goes to ground to set up his ruck. Then we start our rucks. Pound, pound, pass. Boom, and then score. So, a pattern of play here is to defend the ball and get it out quickly. Our pattern of play here is to also get the ball out quickly, but to attack as hard as we can based on the conditions. So we may want to maybe we're a strong enough team to do just a straight maul. So the ball comes in here and we can just do a straight maul and push it over. Maybe we're equal to that other team, so we set them all, we start pushing, and then we have the second pod right here for a pound right here or a pound here. But those would be depending on the type of team we are and the type of team that we're against. But the bottom line is here, we're attacking from our line out. So, in the green zone, what type of line out should we do?
Well, it depends on the scenario and everything, like what your score's at.
It depends on the scenario, and that is very correct. It depends on the situation. So here in the green zone, realistically, we can do any sort of line out that works for us. Full line out, peels, quick line outs. And a quick line out's always a potential here. The problem though, if we do a quick line out or line out to the front man, they're expecting it, aren't they? Almost always, everyone's expecting a line out that's right here to go to this man. So they're going to defend against it. So maybe, especially if we have a really good fireman here, maybe it makes more sense for us to go here and then go into that gap. But out here, we play to our strengths, trying to move the ball forward, but not as committed to the full-scale attack that we are here. Because here, we need to control the ball so that we can get to the gold zone. Okay. Okay, so here's the ball. The referee, you see his back, and you see his arm out like this. What does that tell you right here? I'm sorry. You see his front, and you see his arm going to you. It's your play right here. So what has just occurred?
Penalty.
The referee has raised his arm.
A penalty.
Penalty. So if it's our penalty here, it's our penalty in the red zone, what are we going to do almost automatically?
Kick.
kick.
Out of bounds. Kick into touch.
We get the line out there. Oh, look. Hopefully, if we're a good enough kick, we're kicking so that we have a line out in the red zone. If we're having a line out in the red zone, we already know what we're going to do based on our pattern of play. Okay? But now we have a penalty right there. What are we going to do?
If you have a good forward pack, you'll kick it and do them all. But if you don't have it,
if you got a penalty right there, kick for points. Remember, that's all what we always want to do is get points. Okay. So here, kick to get it out. Here to kick for points. If we are here, penalty is there. What are we likely to do?
Run it in.
Run it in. Forwards play. Okay. And if we have a penalty kick anywhere out here, we kick to what gives us the best advantage. If I'm right here and I have a guy who's not a very good kicker, we'll go for touch. If I got a guy here who has a golden foot, we go for points. Okay?
Coach, you're at 5 minutes.
Like always.
You're at 5 minutes, Coach.
Yes. All right, let's talk about scrums real quick. All right, if I have a scrum in the red zone, what am I trying to do?
Get it to your fly half.
Yep, get to the fly half,
kick.
touch, and kick it out. Okay, I'm in the green zone.
Well, you can get it to your backs, or you can have the 8-man take it.
Yeah. What you do is you're going to try to gain advantage based on what you have as a team. So if we have a good, strong back line in this area, we're getting out to the back. We have crafty, or we're getting close to go, and we have crafty, strong, loose forwards. We'll do a 8-man pickup plays, and our loose forwards will support. So in the green zone, it's whatever gives us the best tactical advantage as we get closer to the gold zone. We're now in the gold zone. What are we going to do? Okay.
Drive.
All right.
You're gonna drive the scrum, but
yeah, but we can only go a meter. We can only go a meter and a half.
You're doing 8-man pick.
Exactly. We'll do an 8-man pick, and he's going to go for the gap. Also, especially the way we set up our teams. How are we doing for time? Because my thing still says 10 minutes, and that's got to be wrong.
it's you're at 3 minutes 50 seconds.
All right, we'll be real quick here. Our strongest runners tend to be our centers. So when we're in the goal, we try to get a back plane so this to our centers, especially which one is our stronger center tend to be? Inside center or outside center?
Inside.
Outside.
Outside.
Yeah, the outside center.
First try.
Okay. If we're in, like, within 10 meters of the zone, two options again. Give the ball to Josh, he scores. Or make a concerted effort to get it to the wing. Because remember, everybody's focusing here. So if we can get the ball quick hands out to the wing, we'll normally have some sort of gap. So those are quick. We didn't get to the kicking portions, but those are the primary patterns of play. However, as team leaders, someone give me when we have 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes.
You got 40 seconds till 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. Now I got it. Now I can see it. It's no longer 10. So I got all kinds of time. So when we have our patterns of play, you guys as team leaders are going to help me determine, well, what are our strengths and weaknesses so that when we're in the red zone, the green zone, or the gold zone, or 10 meters from our try zone or their try zone, what are the best things for us to do? Historically, we've not had really strong passers. We've had very good jumpers, but we've not been able to do a second pod because it just doesn't work for us. and the guys that we put back tend to be better as a running support, as a pod, than they do as a support from a lineout. So we would be doing almost everything from a 4-man lineout. That may be part of our patterns of play. Or, you know, say I got you two as flankers and someone like Teagles as an 8-man. That means that we can probably do dominating plays from the scrum. So as we start looking at our team, we can start going and say, hey, you know what? Coach, here's where I see our strengths and weaknesses. You both played rugby enough that you have experience, and maybe a little intimidating me growling at you and frowning at you, but I still trust your judgment. So, you know, going to say, hey, coach, here's what I think. And I'll either say, ooh, that's really good, or I'll say, did you consider this? Okay? So start thinking about patterns of play. I'm sure you can already start to see what a benefit it is if we say, this is what we do every time. And you know what? Who cares if the other teams know that that's what we do? Because really it's whether or not we execute it properly. All right, so next week we will not have a session, but the week after we'll have a session. So what would our subject be? What should our subject be next time? Now consider what patterns of play. Well, we have what, 15 seconds left.
I think do another session on patterns of play.
Okay. We do another session, and I would definitely like both of you and then some other players, and I'll put in a Zoom meeting request. Think of questions that you have or ideas that you have. Okay? So Chad, you can go up and says, well, based on my experience with the Panthers and some of the other